Did I ever tell you about how I was?
No, please tell me everything.
I got some funny stories to tell you about the days when I was a computer consultant for a friend of mine. You may remember. Well, you probably won't because you're too young. But his name was Charlton. His name was Charlton Heston, and we were friends for 27 years. But we started out as me being his computer guru. See, in Hollywood, everybody has a guru. You have a hair guru, you have a car guru, you have a tennis guru, you have a golf guru.
Heston's hair guru. Oh,
yeah. Well, he wore wigs. He wore wigs, so he needed a hair guru. He actually had a guy come to the house with various wigs. I used to see it. It's amazing. So I got in the door as the computer guru, right? And it all started when we were doing Caine Mutiny Court Martial in Washington D.C. at the Kennedy Center. And President Reagan was there the first night. Vice President Bush was there the second night. The entire Supreme Court was there the third night. The chairmen, all the Joint Chiefs of Staff were there the fourth night. It was like overwhelming. Anyway, so Chuck comes out of my dressing room one night, and we're getting ready to go on, and he sees me with a laptop. I've got a little Toshiba laptop, dual floppy with the blue screen and all that kind of crap. And he said, "What are you doing? What are you doing with that toy?" I said, "It's not a toy. I'm paying my bills. That's what I'm doing." He said, how are you paying your bills sitting there typing? What is it? I said, "It's a computer. It's a personal computer. Haven't you heard about these?" He said, "No, I don't know anything about this thing." I said, "I'm sitting here paying because I'm not back in Los Angeles, so I can't, put the envelopes together. And, we've been here for a month already. Come on." He said, "Well, that's amazing." He said, I myself will never use a personal computer, you understand. But when we get back to Los Angeles, I want you to get one of those things for Carol. Carol was his gatekeeper, his
gatekeeper, not his gaykeeper.
No, gatekeeper, or gatekeeper and gatekeeper. She was the gatekeeper too. I tell you something. She was anything with a G. She handled it. Let me tell you something.
Okay, getting back to it.
Yeah. Anyway, so I did. I got back home, and over the years, I finally wound up giving him personally 5 computers. This is a man who said he would never, ever use a computer. I got him 5 computers, all right?
That's more than I've had in my 21 years.
Yeah. But the best story I wanted to tell you was I would get these phone calls, sometimes in the middle of the night. One I remember getting was a Sunday morning. I was watching NFL football. This is in the days when I used to watch NFL football before they all turned communists and flag burners. And so I was watching the New England Patriots, and I'm on my rowing machine. I'm rowing back and forth. The phone rings, I say, "Hi," and I recognize it's Chuck. And Chuck said, "Oh, Mark, I'm in China." "Yeah, Chuck, I know you're in China. Yeah, you've got the laptop I gave you, called Igor, by the way." I used to make sure he named the computers so that he could relate to them as theatrical personalities. That way he was able to use it. So he said, "Oh, Mark," he said, "I have a question for us." Yeah. What's the question, Chuck?" He said, "I don't have email, do I?" I said, No, you don't even have a modem. You told me you didn't want email, so I didn't put a modem in that computer." He said, "Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, I'm so relieved I don't have any email. Oh my God." I said, "What is going on with you? Why are you concerned about email?" He said, "Well, the boys at the embassy," because he was staying in the embassy. He said, "The boys downstairs in the embassy," he said, "they're all terrified that the Chinese are spying on their email. And I don't want the Chinese government reading my journal every day." "No, Chuck." I said, No, unless they have ability to penetrate walls with ray guns. No, they're not reading your email.
Are they able to do that? Can they do that?
Yeah, he actually asked me. He said, "Can they sit outside with a truck?" "A truck?" I said, "What kind of a truck?" He said, "A surveillance truck that picks up what I'm typing." I said, No,
does this guy think he is to national security?
No, he used to call himself a Techno Peasant. Do you know that Charlton Heston had the highest security clearance of any citizen while he was alive? And he was a Techno Peasant. He didn't know the first thing about computers. No, the first thing.
You tell
When I
so
got
many
him
of these
first-
stories.
I'll wrap this up real quick. When I got him his first PC, desktop PC, my business was setting these things up for people like Chuck. Well, there's nobody like Chuck, but people who are more time and money than they had to know to do it. So I set it up. He wanted to keep his journal every day, so I got a word processing program called PFS Write. And I installed it and I taught him how to use it. And I said, now, when you want to write your journal, you just click on this little button.
What's a
right
click?
here.
What's a click?
One
Okay.
little, what's a mouse? He said, there are bugs and mice. And he said, this is a terrible thing. They're horrible. Bugs and mice everywhere. They said this. I have to call him exterminator. It's confusing. So I said, click this one button and the program will open up just where you left off. So I would get these calls. Everything would be fine for about a month. Then I'd get a call.
What do I do? What do I do? What?
You got to get up here right away. What's wrong, Chuck? What's wrong? So, I've lost my journal. I've lost the whole thing. It's gone. It's gone. I can't find it anymore. So I'd go up there. And on the taskbar below the screen, there would be 15 versions of the same document opened up, but now minimized on the taskbar.
Oh, they're just
He had no concept of windows being overlaid one on top of the other. Totally there.
He didn't realize he minimized them. Okay.
No. It took me 2 days to straighten it all out, to reconcile all the versions and put it into one version.
Well,
Anyway,
let's be thankful he minimized and he didn't delete without saving.
That's right. He didn't delete it. Right. God love that man, because you know what? He always said to me, Mark, are we paying you enough? Right? And you too can participate by paying us something through your subscription.
I'm teaching you how to be a real Armenian. Look at that. Yeah, folks, don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube, iTunes, all those wonderful places. But also,
tell you more funny stories, okay?
Yeah, and also don't be shy about telling us what you think, how much you hate us or how much you don't want to hear a story about whatever. Tell them anyway.
Secretary Lurleen, love
Nobody ever asked you, Doreen. Okay.
It's Lurleen, not Doreen.
All right, get out of here. Love you too, Mark.
Goodbye.
Bye.